Undercover boss walks into his hotel, shocked by how the front desk treats guests. If respect was the foundation of this place, then why did it of neglect? Rain hammered the man's back as he stepped into the lobby. A long line of guests waited, eyes fixed on their watches, lips pressed tight. The receptionist's fingers struck the keyboard like she meant to break it, never lifting her gaze. A young mother, cradling a crying child, asked for help. "Wait, we're short-staffed," came the icy reply. Across the room, an elderly couple struggled with their luggage up the stairs. The bellhop turned away without a word. From the restaurant, the clatter of cutlery stopped when the chef's voice cut through. "We don't serve that kind of meal." The man stood still, eyes darkening his anger, a quiet volcano. Then, another scene somewhere else. He walked into a meeting room, tore the name badge from his chest. Gasps. Silence, faces frozen in disbelief. In that moment, they knew he had been watching all along, and he knew exactly how far they had fallen. His hands, rough from endless shifts, trembled as they balanced the weight of a tray. A bead of sweat slipped down his temple, stinging his eyes, but he kept moving through the crowded dining room. Slow as a turtle, a man barked from table 3. The words cut deeper than the ache in his wrists, but Jackson swallowed hard and lowered his gaze. "I'm sorry, sir," he said quietly, steadying the tray before setting the drinks down. His smile was thin, almost fragile, but his eyes, steady, unbroken, held something else. Respect, even when it wasn't returned. As he turned to leave, a hand landed on his shoulder. The floor manager, an older man with kind eyes, leaned in just enough for Jackson to hear over the clatter of plates. "Success begins with the right attitude," he said. The words were simple, almost ordinary, but they sank in like a seed finding soil. Jackson nodded, even as his back throbbed, and his legs screamed for rest. The neon lights above flickered, casting sharp shadows across his thin frame. Every shift felt like a battle against exhaustion, against impatience, against the quiet voice that said he didn't have to care so much. But he did. Night after night he learned that kindness cost him nothing but left a trace on the people it touched. That patience wasn't weakness, it was discipline, and that dignity, once given freely, was a power greater than any uniform or title. He didn't know it then, but those nights were carving something permanent into him. A rule that would outlast the years. The money and the titles, a rule that would follow him into boardrooms in grand hotels. The guest is king always. Would you like me to continue with segment 3 in the same style and length? The light above the table cast a soft gold across neatly set plates. Steam rose from the food curling into the air between them. Jackson's son looked up, fork resting in his small hand. "Dad," he asked, "is it fun being the boss?" Jackson's smile was gentle. The kind that carried both pride and a quiet weight. "To be a good boss," he said, "you first have to be a great servant." The boy tilted his head, trying to understand. His wife's smile held no question, only recognition. She had heard that line before, in different moments, spoken with the same conviction. The clink of spoon against bowl echoed in the pause. Outside, the first drops of rain tapped against the window. The warmth of the room wrapped around them, but Jackson's words seemed to settle deeper than the air. They weren't advice for the boy alone.